Hey everybody, this is Shanita and I appreciate you clicking on to watch another video. This is my wash day, and before I even got started, I thought I would come on and show you the products that I'm going to be using and talk to you a little bit about them first. So if you've never been here before, then welcome. You caught a great time to be here because I am going to be introducing a company that I've been working with. This is like probably the first company I started working with when I started YouTube, and it is Ke'Amore Cosmetics, and it is Black owned, and she kind of has her line broke up into a hair care and then a skin care. And so I started, it was supposed to kind of represent the hair care, fell completely in love with the skin care, as those on Instagram can tell you. But she has reformulated her hair products, and since the reformulation, she has now already rebottled, relabeled them, and so they look completely different from what I'm going to show you, but same great stuff. I used them initially, and she reformulated them shortly after. So I am just now using the new products, and I want to show them to you today. I'm going to show you this first. This is the Curl Smoothie with Flaxseed. And my bottle looks like this, and when you look online, of course, like I said, you'll see a completely different one. And this is her picture. Her name is Tony, and this is the hair smoothie that you can either use like as a moisturizer, as a styler, kind of depending on your hair type. I am going to attempt to use it as a leave-in. I always say that my hair likes thicker products. I do remember this being rather thick, but I do want to get the opportunity to use both, because there is this product as well, which is a conditioning cream and mask. So this is one of those that can be dual used. You can use it as a deep conditioning mask, also use it as a styler. And so the last time, oh my gosh, it seems so long ago, I believe I used it for both. I think I used it as a mask, and then I still ended up using it as a styler. Some of the brands that you're going to see here, most of you weren't even around at that time, but this is like my second time using them. The first time is a complete blur. I've used so many products since then, I don't remember. So this is going to be new, even though it's not really new. So let me tell you about this smoothie first of all. It says, this enhances curls, moisturizes, and controls frizz. And that it is used to promote hair growth. Some of the ingredients in it is, there's distilled water, aloe vera juice, cetyl and stearyl alcohol, flaxseed oil, there's sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, shea butter, blueberry extract, jojoba oil, hemp seed oil, avocado oil, shea butter, glycerin. I'm kind of jumping all over the place, you guys, but all of these products are nice and natural. When she reformulated them, she added bihydramonium methyl sulfate and marshmallow root extract to it. So I'm so excited about this. Maybe I will, I'll think about it while I'm washing my hair. I'll figure out what I'm going to do. And so here is, again, the mask, just like the label is the same. And this one says same thing, enhances curls, moisturizes, and controls frizz. And it says, again, you can use it as a conditioning cream, rub the desired amount through towel dried hair, comb through to evenly distribute and to style, and also as a hair mask that you can put on, apply a shower cap, and leave on up to 30 minutes. This one also, the second round, she added the marshmallow root and the bihydramonium methyl sulfate. And some of the ingredients here are water, aloe juice, cetyl alcohol, polysorbate 60, flaxseed oil, sunflower oil, shea butter, jojoba oil, hemp seed oil, grapeseed, blueberry extract, avocado oil, neem oil, glycerin, dipenthanol. I'm trying to see if I see other things that we may be familiar with. There's lavender oil, tea tree oil, pomegranate oil. So they're very similar, it sounds like. Yeah, they sound very similar. So maybe I'll use them both to kind of get a feel for how both would do, and then that way, if you want to get you some, then you'll know based on my hair which one might work best for you. So that is what I have as far as styler wise, and maybe I'll just use a leave-in that I already have. That's the plan. And also I have the growth serum from her. And this is a nice lightweight oil that I do remember using before. It can be used as a growth serum on the scalp, also as a hot oil treatment. And it has coconut oil, flaxseed oil, sunflower, avocado, castor oil, jojoba, grapeseed, organic blueberry, grapeseed oil, olive oil, glycerin, hemp seed oil, blueberry powder, neem oil, vitamin E. Is loaded with stuff. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff here for this to be so, look at that, so simple and clear and lightweight. She also did come out with a shampoo and a conditioner, and originally she came out with them and they were bars. You know how people are making the shampoo bars? These were unicorn shaped shampoo and the conditioner. Both were unicorns. So cute. They're different colors, and I believe the shampoo one was pink and the conditioner one was white, and they are upstairs. I don't have them with me now, but I will show them to you before the video ends. So I'm going to use those in the shower, and then I'm going to go on to use the rest of these products. I am probably not going to stay on and do a long drawn out detailed video because first of all, you probably don't want to see that. You see it every single week. It's the same exact process. This is my old hair. This is, ooh, it would be almost a week. This is like 6 days old. And after about day 4 or 5, once it's up in that ponytail, it's a wrap. I'm done. But it still has so much definition. I'm just really amazed. It still feels good too. This is the hair from Air's Batch of Nature, which I haven't even edited that video yet. So I'm going to be sure to make sure that that one goes before this one. My hair still feels so good. It still has so much definition. If it weren't for the fact that my scalp is a little itchy and I sweat so bad at the scalp, I would wear this some more. Wouldn't you? Like, it doesn't look bad. Okay, so it does have 2 days worth of product on it. I put product on it wash day, and then I added a little bit more like the 3rd day. So it's got quite a bit of buildup. And typically once my hair feels blah and heavy like that from buildup, I will either clarify it or use a clay mask. And actually clay mask is my favorite. Love masks. But as usual, it is late. And so in order to do the clay mask, I really like for it to sit in maybe a good hour or 2. I'm going to just use a clarifying shampoo today. So I'm going to do the clarifying shampoo once, and then I'm going to use Ke'Amore's shampoo and conditioner, and then go in with styling. Y'all, I don't think there's a reason for me to come back. You can watch absolutely in video and see every single process that I do, just different times. I'm still saying, several of you have said, no, come on, we want to see you twist, or we want to see you take down, but I'm still like, but I do it all the time. So again, I'm going to ask you to let me know if that's something you want to see, or if you just want me to come on and show you the products I'm going to be using, and then come back and tell you what it's like. I mean, that's less work, but if y'all want to see the other stuff, I'll be glad to do it. I'm doing it anyway, so you just let me know. But I am going to go off, and then when I come back, I will probably be styling at that point. So let me know what you prefer in the videos to watch. I'm gonna go get started, and then I'll be back and let you know how it's going. So I just rinsed out the conditioner. I actually ended up using the Ke'Amore shampoo and then another conditioner. I'll tell you why, but at this point my hair feels great. It was so nice, and what I thought was moisturized initially, and it was moisturized, it was not hydrated. And now just putting this water on here just makes such a big difference. If your hair is feeling like hard to manage, if it's feeling sticky and matted together, if you're having problems pulling it apart, if it is not soft, I'm telling you, I know it's hard, but the best thing you can do for your hair is to wet it, is to co-wash it or do a shampoo. Gosh, it just does a world of good. So I am going to use this growth serum and rub some in my scalp. That way this gets a chance to just kind of bake and marinate in there while I am doing my conditioner. And I kind of hold my hair like this too, to keep from tangling it back up, because our hair just loves to curl around itself. And anytime it is just flowing freely like that, you're asking for a mess, which is why I always wash in sections. So I am going to do this all over with the oil, which smells so good. It smells like blueberries. They've got a blueberry face mask that is freaking divine. It is so, so, so good. And it is made with the blueberry powder. And I don't know any other company who uses that blueberry. And I'm telling you, it smells wonderful. And the mask has clay in it so that you're getting some cleansing properties, but it has so many other moisturizing ingredients in it that literally, if you wanted to and you were really working on your face and decided you wanted to dedicate some time to your skin, you honestly could use it every day. Every day. There was a time, one point, I was using it every day until I ran out. So I'm going to try this mask. I'm literally just opening this. Look at this. I don't even remember how long I've had this. It smells good. So this is what it looks like. Nice creamy cream. I've seen her do some clips on her Instagram of her mixing things together. So I know for a fact that she hand makes all of this. She puts all the ingredients together and whips it all by hand. This feels really good. Oh, it's going on really nicely. And I think that may have been what I experienced before. I think I put it on and I remember thinking that it didn't smooth on as well and that it was going to make a better styler. I don't remember. I'll put the other video in the description box of the first time I used this, and we'll compare my experiences, knowing that, of course, this one now has the added ingredients in it, but it definitely has more slip. That I do definitely remember. Absolutely. I'm loving how this feels. Oh, it smells so good. It's so lightweight feeling. Like it's just this really soft, lightweight, I don't know, light and fluffy. Kind of airy. But it smells really nice. So I'm going to proceed with this all over, doing the oil on my scalp, and I'm also going to put the oil on top of this conditioner. I'm going to go through here, you guys. I want to make sure that all of my hair is covered root to tip with conditioner. I always do this. You want to make sure that all of your hair is covered, sort of like we did with the relaxer days. Like I treat deep conditioning like I do a virgin relaxer. It's like I'm getting it for the first time. Cover every strand of hair. So, oh, I said I was going to do this. And so I'm going to do the oil, which also smells so luxurious. Oh, that smells so good. It's so lightweight and silky. Why haven't we been using this, guys? Why? Why? I almost hate when I put off a product long time and then I go to use it and it's so good. Like I'm just mad at myself for not using it earlier, but at least we know about it. And now there's more of us here, so there's more of us to experience it. So it's all good. Yeah, this feels really good. It just feels silky. I don't know if there's any silk ingredients in it, but that's the way it feels. So I'm going to go on off and I am going to finish this up, put my plastic cap on, let it sit for 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back. And it's really late, you guys. I'm probably gonna do some really big twists this wash day. So we'll see how this all comes out. Stay tuned to the end. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, before I forget, because I will, I want to talk about very briefly. As you saw, I had not pre-pooed before I washed my hair. I normally try to pre-poo overnight. I do it with oil, I sleep in it, I get up, and then I wash my hair the next day. Or I will use a, pre-made, already made up pre-poo. I like Main Crushes. I like the one by Just For Me. I like that one by African Pride. Nature's Little Secret has a great one. So I try to use one of those that are already made up if I'm going to wash my hair the same day. I didn't do either today. And let me tell you, for those of you who still are not pre-pooing, how do you do it? Like, how do you do it? It was so difficult. When I run my hands through my hair as I'm shampooing, and I can't run my fingers through, I'm like, this, my hand kept getting tangled in it. And all I could imagine was just all the tangles that was blocking the shed hair that was trying to get out. Obviously, all the time, the shampoo that I'm using is not, silky. It's not going to provide a ton of slip. But at no point, I guess because by the time I get to the shampoo, I've already gotten a lot of the shed hair out during the pre-poo process. And so I guess I didn't realize how much hair you're actually taking out during that process. So if you don't do that and you jump straight into the wash to go shampoo, your hair's like all of that tangled hair. It was so much work. It took so much longer because I had to be so gentle because I was trying to get through all of that shed hair. I don't see how y'all do it. It is so worth the time beforehand to pre-poo your hair and get a lot of that shed hair out of there. Whether you use oil and let it sit for a while or one of the pre-made ones. Like, I don't understand. I don't think you have used one that really helps you to detangle well. I mean, and it's just a preference. It's just me. I just don't get it. I don't get just jumping into, maybe because I've just been doing this for so long. I'm telling you, if you are not a pre-pooer, you need to try it. I say this, you need to try it at least twice to see, doesn't it make a big difference in how you just the rest of your wash day and how it goes. I was like, am I even gonna get my hair clean? I'm gonna use so much water. I'm gonna spend so much time in here trying to detangle and get my hands through my hair just to be able to shampoo it. And then of course I conditioned it, and that helped a ton with getting it all out. But oh my gosh, I'm just so used to it being a lot easier than that. So I just want to say that for you non-pre-pooers, please try it. I'm just trying to make your life better. I'm trying to make this easier for you. You're going to get a lot less breakage. Your hair is going to be so much more moisturized. You're going to have all of that shed hair out of the way. Your shampoo process is going to go so smoothly. The conditioning is just going to go so lovely. You're going to use less water. It's just a win-win. It just takes that little extra time before then to put it in. So that's my spiel. I have to give it every now and then once I think about it. And I usually do this once I don't pre-poo and I remember again how much harder it is. So for those of you who have not done that, if you would like for me to do a video on pre-pooing and I can show you my entire process, then put that down in the comment section, and then maybe that will be more inspiring if you see it and see it properly done in a way that it benefits. Anyway, just let me know. But I want to let you know that I'm getting ready to go and get under the dryer, you guys, and I used a lot of that cream / mask. Like, you know how heavy-handed I am with deep conditioners, and because it's so lightweight, did I even show it to you? It's so lightweight, like it's just so fluffy and airy until which is good on one hand because it helps you to really spread it well, but when you're used to being heavy-handed and you use a product that does not require you to be heavy-handed, it's so hard mentally to make that switch. I can't be the only one. Like, when you know that you don't really have to, you still just slather it on and get product from the roots to tip. So I don't have enough for another deep conditioning. So I think I am going to do my hair where I use just half of this. Half of my head with this and then half with the smoothie, and we'll see how that turns out. But I want to say again how much I love this oil. This was just a reminder, mine's all dirty. Now, this is so good. It feels good. It smells good. My scalp is happy. And I know when I put this on, I'm going to get that whole controlling frizz thing. Just the oils in it are so great. It smells wonderful. And I can't wait to put that on top of whatever I use. But I'll be back to show you that in the next clip. Okay, I'm actually doing more than I thought I would. I just rinsed out the deep conditioner, and that was very nice. I do think for my hair, it worked better as a deep conditioner because it's so lightweight and it feels so soft. I can't describe it. It's so soft, and it feels lightweight, but it had lots of slip. My hair is very soft, but I do see why someone with a looser texture could definitely use it as a styler. But I'm gonna try that. I'm going to put a leave-in into my hair and use the smoothie on one side and the the cream on the other side. Okay, so just as my hair is, I am going to do the same thing, take down each section one at a time and use some leave-in, and then I am going to style the conditioning cream on your right side and the smoothie on your left side. So if I disappear and don't show it all, that's what I'm about to do. And I am going to put a couple of drops of the growth serum on top before I twist. I'm going to use as a leave-in the Curl of Essence leave-in. This is that aloe matcha green tea leave-in with ginger and honey. It has to be refrigerated, and I'm almost done with that, and it is a very good hydrating leave-in. So I am going to add that in generously because it really does hydrate very, very well, and I'm sure it is the matcha and the aloe. They just make a bomb hydrating combination. I know it looks crazy, but I am just breaking down the one section so I can make sure all of this hair gets covered. Typically when I am using a product that doesn't come with a leave-in and I am going to be testing it for the first time, and I said this in my last video, always go at it with a hydrating base first. Make sure you're using a leave-in that is super duper hydrating, and that way you can't really go wrong. As long as your hair is hydrated, anything you put on top is just icing on the cake. Because really, if it does nothing but seal in the hydration from the leave-in, you're good. If it adds some moisture and seals in, you're good. So you really can't go wrong with that. So I'm gonna just do this leave-in on all these sides, and then I'm gonna come back. We're gonna style this hair and be done. And it is my goal to only let this sit for 2 days. This is not gonna be up long, 3-4 days like my last style was. I'll see you guys later. I am all done. I made some bigger twists this time. Probably bigger than I ever have. I did this row down the center of my head so I wouldn't have that gap in the back, and then just kind of a row on each side, and then just a few twists on each side of my head. It is kind of messy. You know how you use products that you end up just with a lot of product and residue on your hands, on the comb and brush, and on your hair, but it dries nicely. So I don't care about that. Actually, having the residue on there, first of all, lets me know it's on there, and to me, it's just like an extra coating. It's going to take a little bit longer to dry, but I'm okay with that. I will actually probably sit under my soft bonnet dryer or maybe do some reading for about 45 minutes or so, and that'll give this excess moisture time to dry up. But as I was using the cream, what I noticed is that they are very similar in texture. The smoothie, where'd it go, y'all? here. The smoothie and the conditioning cream, as I was applying it, they both had that same texture. You can see they both left like that residue on it. I hate using the word residue like it's a bad word, but in this case, I don't know what else to call it. It just kind of leaves it on the hair. And I just kind of wipe everything down. My skin feels nice and moisturized from both products. They feel really, really good on the hand. So once this dries in a couple of days, I will be back. I may actually go and put a few rods on the ends of these since there's not so many. And we'll see how this all works out, guys, when I get back and take it all down. So I'll see you then. Hey guys, so it is 2 days later and I'm coming back to show you what my hair looks like. The whole twisting process was a breeze. This stuff detangles so well. It was lovely. I've already taken this down and I have got some killer definition going on. Look at this. It was so soft and the product was so lightweight. I guess I was expecting a more soft, fluffy. Honestly, I expected some frizz. Let's just say that I expected frizz, but I even got some hold here. Like, this looks terrific. So I am going to start taking it down, but I wanted to show you just how moisturized it. I know you can't feel it, but it is so moisturized. But to show you the hold and the definition I got, this is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Like, not a single strand out of place. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go off and take this down and compare the two sides. I can tell you already I can't feel a difference in the sides, but I'll be back. Okay, hair is all picked out and I am super, super delighted. I absolutely love this. I've got more definition than I've had in a long time. So I'm not going to make this very long. I'm going to show you the products and I'm going to tell you what I think about them. If you recall in the beginning, I told you that Ke'Amore come out with shampoo and conditioner bars and I bought them here. I think I told you one was pink, one was white. Totally wrong. This was like a pink translucent color. And this is the shampoo. You see the unicorn. They're so cute. And here is the conditioner bar, which looks more solid, which you would expect because this is kind of typically, if you can imagine this melted down, what a conditioner would look like. And same thing with the shampoo. So I did use these. I used the shampoo bar. It lathers instantly. It gives a great lather. I made my hair really soft, nice and clean. I could pull my hair apart like I wanted to finger detangle. I could do that with absolutely no problem. This is very, very good. I'm very happy with this. It just, I don't know what I expected, but once you put it into the sections of your hair or on your hair while it's wet, just an instant lather. And you only need to rub it just a couple of times. You got lather for days. So a little of this goes a long, long way. So for those of you who are into the environment and you love shampoo bars, this is a great one, but I don't know if she still makes it. I'm going to be honest. I know she makes shampoo, but like I said, I'm pretty sure it's in a bottle at this point. So, oh my gosh, this is so good. Cutest thing ever. This is be so great for kids. I'm going to find out and, let you know in the video somewhere if this is still made, because I instantly think of kids. They would love this. Especially a little girl. Just cute as can be. And this lathered easily. I didn't have as much luck with the conditioner. Now, of course, it wasn't supposed to lather, but I felt like I had to really, really rub a lot to get the conditioner on. And I ended up using another conditioner because I felt like I was fighting with this one. And so it's, both of them smell great. And this, I was able to, I guess because I'm such a conditioner hog, if you don't use a lot of conditioner, you might find this adequate. But because I use so much, because I like to get all of my hair strands covered with conditioner, I didn't have as much luck with this one. It got to the point where I felt like I was scrubbing. And to me, you know how I feel about treating hair delicately. I just didn't want to risk the chance of just causing too much friction and possible breakage. And so I stopped about halfway and just decided to use something else. So probably if this was softer, I don't know what all ingredients do. So I don't know what it needs to kind of make it glide on a little softer. But again, if in the end I figure out that is actually in a bottle, then it's all mute anyway. But what I will expect is that they're probably the same formula. They're just melted down to a liquid rather than these bars, which in that case would be great. I would love to try this out of a bottle because everything else was so good. I just know this would have been good if I had not had to work so hard at conditioning. But overall, if they have these, definitely get the shampoo one. If you have kids and this is kind of your playtime or you just like keeping them entertained, then this may be for you as well. It may be that because my hair is so coarse and thick too, so if you've got a lightly textured hair type, then this may work just fine. So keep that in mind. I did use the Curl of Essence leave-in conditioner. I used a lot. I used a lot of it because I really wanted my hair to be super, super duper hydrated. Oh, wait, I didn't talk about the conditioner. The conditioning cream I did use as a conditioner, and I told you how that went. I know sometimes these products say that they can be used as dual purpose. I hardly ever do that. I put it with whichever one I want to use it as, and typically always use it with that thing, knowing that there's the option. I don't know. I just never get around to that. But this was so nice. I love how it worked as a conditioner. It has so much slip. My hair was so soft. It glided on so well. Her adding that bihydramonium methosulfate and marshmallow root was a beautiful idea. I think it just took this to another level. So good. Very, very good. And then I used, again, the leave-in. I put plenty of it on both sides. And then I actually let it set in my hair with a plastic bag for about a half an hour and so before I went to twist. And then I came back and I used the smoothie on your left side, my right side. This has a different consistency than the cream. Not much, but I feel like it is richer. Let's see, can I show it to you? But it has so much slip and it really, really coated my hair well. So this is the smoothie. You know what, now that I'm looking at it, I probably am not going to be able to tell much difference because I don't know why I was thinking it was thicker. But this is what it looks like. And so as you can see, it is just so lightweight. I almost feel like if I rub this in, that it would disappear sort of like a lotion. But because it leaves a coating on the hair, which is what you want, because you want for all that hydration from the leave-in to seal the moisture in. And so This is great. I love this. I never thought that it would be enough moisture for my hair. I just accepted the fact I'm doing this experiment for the benefit of you guys. I really, really thought I was going to come away with this side of my hair frizzy and this maybe a little bit more defined. But here is this side. And I used bigger twists all over my hair, so I didn't even necessarily make this section a little smaller than I used to because it frizzes so easy. I had some product on my hand. I just got it on my hair, guys. But the definition here came out beautifully. I just kind of twirled my fingers on the end of it. It separated like a gem. It almost, no, not almost. It acted almost like I don't need a trim. The ends just peeled apart with no problem, and it still held the definition in there. And I know for a fact I need a trim. Whenever I use a thicker butter, the last couple of weeks, I felt that when I was taking it apart. Even when I was putting the twist in, the ends were just harder to manage, harder to seal, harder to take apart. It started to frizz, and I didn't get that with this. So that is the beauty of using a lightweight product that is super duper moisturized. And so this has great ingredients. I told you all about that in the beginning. Anybody could use this. You could so use this with whatever type hair. It's just lightweight, and it just, my hair feels wonderful. It has just a tiny bit of hold. It has enough definition and just enough hold that I could totally wear this for days without feeling like, you know how you get some hair and it's just so soft, like you almost hate to touch it because you're gonna lose the definition. And so that kind of hair, you feel like when you go out and especially now with the weather getting warmer, that it's gonna frizz up on you. This just didn't do that, and I've played with it quite a bit. Super duper impressed. So all of this entire side has the smoothie on it. Maybe it's the flaxseed in here. No, it's flaxseed oil, not gel, right? Yeah, it's flaxseed oil. Okay, well, I don't know, but I know it feels great. And this would be a great one to refresh with, too. If you used another product on wash day and during the week you wanted to put on something that was add just a little bit more moisture to your hair, but nothing heavy, something that's really lightweight that you can trust, still gonna make it have some definition and be moisturized, but give it a little body, not gonna weigh it down. Super great idea for that. And then I turned back around and used the conditioning cream and mask as a styler on this side. Now I'm so timid about this. Like I said, I hardly ever multi-use one product. This worked great as a conditioner. And so here is what it is like. And actually this cream is a little thicker. You notice it's not spreading so thin as the smoothie. So it is slightly thicker, but it smells great. And I used very little on the hair. I had so much leave-in in it, and I just felt like my hair was soft enough. You saw all the extra product that was on my hair after I twisted it up because I just didn't need that much. And so I was kind of thinking, okay, now is it gonna be moisturizing that's gonna last? Because you got a lot of hydration in it from the leave-in, and you're using so little of the stylers. But here is how that side came out. They feel identical. A lot of the same ingredients in both products, but they feel incredible. So soft. And again, with just a tad bit of hold, just the perfect kind of hold for the warmer weather. If it were colder, you know what? I think this would still even last in the cold, but perfect for this kind of weather because it's not too heavy and it's gonna moisturize. It's gonna hold in some of this definition. You see this? And same thing with pulling it apart. Super easy. So super easy. And I think because it just trapped in the moisture so well and the hydration that it's so lightweight, it just pulled it apart with no issue. Both sides nice and fluffy, plenty of body, nothing is weighed down. Definition to last all week. I love this. I cannot wait for the next few days. Hopefully I will end up sticking it up in a bun where I can't enjoy it, but I want to see how much of this is gonna fall, how much of it is, what it's gonna look like after a few days. I'm imagining in my head, still having some definition, but a little bit more length and getting a little bit more frizz so that it has just that perfect faux shaped hair, because mine is not shaped at all. But once it starts to fall a little bit, it just looks like you've got it trimmed up and just shaped better. And then I use the oil on my scalp, and I also did use a couple of drops, you can see them down further, to seal it all in. I even used that because now that was really a lot, because by the time I added the styler on top of the leave-in and then tried to add this on top, like it was so wet at that point that it was like, am I even rubbing oil on here? I can't even tell if I am because I could see so much of the residue. But this feels great. I love this. I will definitely be using this up in the next few days on my scalp. But it's just so great for so many great oils in here for the scalp. And again, so many of them are just nice moisturizing oils, not too heavy. Anybody could use this. It does have a castor oil in it, but not a whole lot. You don't get the castor oil feel at all. It has grapeseed, avocado oil, sunflower oil, jojoba, olive oil, and that I feel like I can imagine that in there. That's how it feels. That's what I expect the lightweight of the oil to hold in moisture. Again, this time of the year, perfect for that. Whereas I would definitely have to use something heavier in the colder weather, whether a butter or even a heavier oil. That one, perfect. I mean, I just use this at the absolute perfect time. And I'm going to try not to pick it to death. But what do you guys think? I am just shocked. Miss Tony did her thing when she reformulated this. I think it was good. Usually I don't remember hair precisely, but if it did not come out very good, I definitely remember that. And I don't remember this not being a good product before. Like, I just don't have any memory of it, which means it was good. But this time, those extra ingredients, it just shows how a little bit can make such a huge difference. Like, this put these products up with the big dogs. It's up there. Very, very reasonable, very simple, just the perfect ingredients all mixed together to get everything you want out of a hairstyle. I don't think you could, there's not a gel there that you could use to do a wash and go. I couldn't with my hair type. I could not. But she has done wash and goes. I've seen them on her hair and they do fine, but she's got more looser, finer curls. So at your own discretion, you can get one or you can do both. You can get the whole thing because it's so super reasonable. And I have a discount code that will save you not 5, 10, or 15%. The discount code is going to give you 25% off. 25% off. Have you ever heard of that before? Not a sale, just a discount code. So absolutely, this is one you should try. Perfect one for this time of the year. And if I can get this kind of definition, then imagine what you can get. So soft, so perfect for all hair types. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. And I don't mean physically, I mean just the properties of it, how soft it is, and the body, and just how it's just that everything here. It's everything you want your hair to be like. So here's the top. Not picking too much, but just enough to kind of close in those parts and holes all in here. And I can let this go and be on about my business the rest of the day, probably the next few days, and not have to do anything. If I wanted to maintain this style, I would use my little hair stocking to sleep in at night. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put the video in the description box. It's just this big stocking where I just pull all the hair up to the top of my head. It doesn't put it in a ponytail, but I'm not lying on this hair so that I lose the curl. It is just perfect for this kind of hair. So I'll put it in the description box and you can check that out. But that's it, you guys. I would love to know what you think. From my end, from the beginning to the end was spectacular. Like I said, the conditioner I couldn't rub on as well, but you just swap out where you feel like you need to. You know what your hair should feel like. Sometimes with stylers, it can be tricky, especially when you're using a new one. It's like, I see residue. Does that mean it's too much? Does it mean it's too, is it going to be too wet? Is it going to flake? I just got none of that. I just got none of that. And the key, I still believe, is a good hydrating leave-in conditioner. And I'm gonna mention that to her. That would be a great thing for her to come up with next, a good hydrating one. That's it, I'm rambling. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments box. I will put the discount code and the website in the description box. Please go check her out. If you are a skincare person, she has marvelous skincare bundles as well. She has other accessories. There's a brush, there's shower caps, there's jewelry, there's, just check it out. She's got all kinds of things. And so the skincare and the hair care are all up under the umbrella of Ke'Amore Cosmetics. Be sure to go by. Tell her I sent you. I am so glad that you decided to stay on and watch this. I appreciate your attention so much. Hopefully this will be new for some of you and you will be willing to try it out. I definitely think you should. I highly recommend it. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for being here. Bye.